All right. They go 3, 2, 1. Streaming. All right. Well, welcome back to another episode of Persuasion by the Pint. I'm Jonathan Taylor, along with
Sean McCool and
David Dutton, one and only.
There you go.
The one and only.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
David is on point with I love how you can you hold up your Smirnoff bottle? Because this takes a lot of intentional deliberation here.
Yeah. He has one flavor for each outfit.
Yeah, that is true, man. Y'all know me, man. Yeah.
That's all right. I like that.
I didn't even know we had this. I saw it in the bottle. All right, here we go.
So we got David. David's been on our show a number of times. Today we're going to be talking about story-based video marketing. David's doing some really cool stuff on just putting together story-type marketing videos for certain industries. One particular industry is the real estate market, but I did an article on David for one of my trade publications on the marketing section, just showing how, manufacturers should really, or any business should really look at this method of, stop doing the stupid, dull, boring videos of your walkthrough videos, or just, come see us and how long we've been in business videos, but you got to do something creative. And what is that saying, David? People like to be, they'd rather be
not educated.
Yeah, they'd prefer to be entertained than educated. So, we're going to be talking about that today. How he put it together. He's got one video in particular that we'll be discussing. He did it back in I think it was right before Christmas, but a Hallmark themed video that he did that got, I think, 34,000 views in like 10 days. So pretty cool. And it just kind of goes to show. People do look at, they're more interested in stories than you just selling to them all the time. So we'll get into that. But first,
a little juvenile beer talk, or
that's right,
alcohol talk.
All right, David,
we know what you got. You got a.
Well, this is what I got.
He's already revealed his wares.
Yeah.
All right.
And like that Toby Keith shout out, Red Solo Cup.
That's right.
Yeah.
Red Solo Cup.
You look really big with that little Solo Cup.
Like giant hands.
Yeah. What do you got, Jonathan?
All right. I was quick to just grab something on the way to the office. No, it's called it's an Edmunds Oast, which I had one of these last week. They have I had a leather jacket last week. This is their sour pear. It's brewed with pear, so I'm not sure I'm gonna like this.
That is risky, bro. When you pear, I didn't know that was still a fruit. I did not know that was still around. We gave up on pears.
It's five. It says it's a sour ale too, which is okay. I picked it. Yeah, some people like that, but
that sounds awful.
If I don't like it, I brought this thing. It's Jack Daniel's Tennessee honey.
You can't go bad on that.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Well, on my end, I was at the old HEB and I was looking through the singles stash and saw this on sale clearance, which should have been a red flag. But I got the Dunkin' spiked caramel iced coffee.
Oh yeah.
If you're a coffee person,
that's what legit. I thought. That's what I
Seems
thought.
Legit.
Now I did have the mocha earlier in the week. Did not love it. So we'll see how the caramel does. I've already poured it. Got the mason jar for effect.
Beautiful.
We'll see. Yeah. So let's cheers it up and we'll.
Cheers.
Cheers.
See if these are worth drinking.
Yep.
Oh.
I guess that's a no.
Wait, all right. So what is this? Tell me. Who's first?
Man.
Jonathan's first. With that reaction, he's got to go first.
I thought God did away with pears or something. Like what do you do? What do people do with pears? Like nobody even says the word pear
School
anymore.
lunches, remember school lunch with the pear on the lettuce leaf with the little cottage cheese on top?
Yeah. God.
I've eaten a pear before. I've never tasted that bad. This one's getting a 1.1.
Wow.
I'm not even finishing that. So
Wow.
I mean, the sour part is interesting. Whatever you said before, like I'm like
Sour ale, yeah.
maybe,
all right,
but
yeah, that's not my
pear,
thing.
man. Yeah.
Some people like that Sour Patch. You know, I don't like Sour Patch Kids. My kids love that stuff.
Oh, that's money right there.
But I'm more of a I guess I'm more of a chocolate kind of guy. But
yeah,
that's not me.
More sweet than sour.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
I'll go ahead and go. So it does taste like vanilla caramel iced coffee, but the alcohol is just too like weird in it, like the aftertaste. Like it just doesn't blend. It doesn't feel like it's fully blended with the rest of the flavors.
Yeah.
Time to make the donuts.
Like,
yeah, remember that in the 80s?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That guy, that poor schlep, he was
time to make the donuts. Yeah.
That was his life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give mine a 2, flat
Struggling.
2.
You're trying to be nice and
wow.
give it a 3.
Just a lousy day so far. What do you got, Dave? I hope.
All right, this is just straight vodka, and I put a little orange juice in it.
Can't go wrong there.
You can't go wrong. It's a pregame show for me, and I'm going to drink 2 of these and be done because I overdid it a month ago because I had video day. I shot Full House, and I overdid it on the last Dutton dinner, and it was good. It was fine. It was great, but so I got to go slow. Well, I was a little sleepy. On that one. Apparently I showed our movie theater, and I don't remember the movie theater, but apparently I showed 2 groups the movie theater, and I'm like,
oh, okay.
So, anyway, but better stick to the regular coffee, Jonathan or Sean.
Oh, you need to pace yourself.
No, I'd give it. Listen, it's funny. I can take it or leave alcohol. Thank God, because I have a addictive personality. But it's like a 2 or 3 for me because like I don't even like whiskey and bourbon. Like even though I have whiskey and bourbon tastings, I'm just a big kid. Like give me a slushie with some alcohol in it. Yeah, done. Like in fact, that's what I was doing when people were drinking Pappy at my house. I was in the back with some 100% rum. Yeah, and I just like that. Like give me some coconut, man, and I'm good. But so I'm not a fan of this stuff. I've had some good stuff before, but this is like whatever. Yeah, it does the job.
Not a great day on the show for drink ratings.
No.
I need to have one of those buttons.
Womp womp action. Yeah. Well, let's talk about this video marketing, but story-based video marketing. Yeah. So I think that's the difference here. A lot of people are familiar with video marketing, different things. But you tell us tell us first what happened, and then we'll circle back to like how did you come up with the idea, all that kind of stuff. So
y'all know like my brain a little bit. Like I like crazy stuff. I like unique, different, catch attention. And I thought about it the other day. Y'all remember Paul Hartunian sold the Brooklyn Bridge back in the day? Yeah. I still remember even my young 20s, like 21, 22, and I was just now. That intrigued me then. So I was already like this 20-something years ago. I thought about this about a week ago. I was like, man, I remember being so excited of like, dude, I want to sell like something weird like that, something unique and different. Like this pre-PT Barnum and all that stuff, whatever. But so I had a house we wanted to sell, a rental, and I wanted to do something crazy. And I didn't know what crazy was, had no concept. I was like, I'm going to do something different. I don't really care. Y'all know I painted Epstein didn't kill himself in my house at one time. Yep. And so it could go from that to just, I don't know, just a professional walkthrough video. Like I don't know. I sat on it for like 5 weeks and couldn't come up with something. And then about December 15th, I was like, holy crap. I'm going to do, you enter the conversation that's in their heads. It's like 101. And so I was like, Christmas movies. And then I was like, Hallmark. That's like mainstream in top of people's heads. I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. So I went there, and y'all stop me anytime. And so I went to YouTube and was looking at parodies of Hallmark movies. And I saw about 5, and I saw this one that I was like, dude, I'm gonna do something like that, but to sell my home. And so that's how it started. And then I took that video, and there's a website, I can't remember what it is. There's a website you can take a YouTube link, put it in there, and it will transcribe it for you, some sort of AI website, and it'll transcribe that YouTube link. So I took that, and then I put that in Chat GPT, and I said, change it to me selling a house in Columbia, Tennessee, and just added other stuff. Like, just take the script and do that. So I changed that, but keep the format, I said.
Yeah.
And then I changed what I needed to change. And then I added very, very local stuff, like Highway 31 in Spring Hill is horrendous on traffic. So that was the problem. So I made Spring Hill, like, added these little bitty things that only locals know, that, oh my God, yeah, whatever. She got trapped on 31 and she had to stay. She couldn't go home to New York City and sell a big real estate deal. And, there's always a problem in Hallmark movies where the girl or guy has to stay and get trapped in a small town.
Yep.
So, anyway, so that's what I did there. And that's kind of how that started.
And so you actually how long was the video?
2 minutes, which was long. I didn't want it to be long.
How long?
It was long.
10 or 2?
2.
2 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you with the 2 minutes, you got the whole arc of a Hallmark movie in that 2 minutes.
Hallmark movie. Yep. Yeah. And then I put on Facebook, who are the hottest people in Spring Hill? And I did it anonymously because I didn't want people to know. I felt a little weird. I said it was, and then it got 182 comments. Like, sometimes, I'm just like, what just happened here?
Yeah, how do they respond to a question like that? Like,
dude, people
were
ugly. Yeah, exactly. Some people were like, yeah, it's me, and funny, and like, oh my God, I'm here for the comments and whatever.
Well, now we know how he filled up the dinner party for tonight.
Right, exactly. So I thought I found somebody. 182 comments. Nobody knew it was me. And and I saw this guy, and this gal, I think, and I was like, I think it's them. So I sent it to Sherry, just like, hey, what do you think? Does this look like a Hallmark couple or whatever?
Yeah.
And as I was waiting for her response, I saw this other couple, and I saw this other couple, and it was like, wait a minute, this is them. And so you see that couple in there, they're not actors or anything. They just were like, they just look at it. I mean, this cat is 6'4", massive, and like him, good looking guy. He's a former Marine. Yeah. And then look, like, she looks exactly like all the other actresses. She's pretty. They just look like a Hallmark. So I was like, hey, do y'all want to be in it? This is what I'm doing. And and they're like, oh my God, yeah. So I met them at 6:30 a.m. because 6:42 was sunrise, and I want to do the golden hour in the video. And I met them for the first time at 6:42 in the morning.
Wow.
Yep. And so, but that's how I do. I mean, I meet people, like when I did Full House, I met some of those guys for the first time. Like, I just said, hey, show up at this house and, be Robot Man, from Chappelle Show.
This was a real couple too, right? I mean,
they're married, and that's them.
So I can't let you, for our listeners, I can't let you just blow past like Full House. So you had the Hallmark. We'll come back to Full House. You had the Hallmark. Yeah. You ended up getting how many views over how long?
For Hallmark,
mm-hmm.
I think like 35,000, like 10 days. Like it was pretty surreal. Like, and I shot it with my iPhone and a $40 microphone.
That's it.
And I don't consider myself a videographer. I know stuff. Like, I know, lower, not lower thirds, but the rule of thirds and things like that. And, golden hour and stuff like that. And then and I learned a few moves, just a few. And I always shoot everything 3 times, and that's about it. And, but I wouldn't say I'm a videographer. I'm a promoter. I'm a salesperson. And,
did you hire an editor, or did you edit yourself?
Oh yeah. No, I always hire, because I know how to edit, but I'm not, man, it's weird. I don't know what I'm an expert in. I'm not exactly sure, but,
outsourcing.
You're a producer.
I think I'm a Dr. Dre. I think I'm a producer.
Yeah.
because I'm like, I'm not a pro editor either. Like I like that Hallmark movie when he dropped snowflakes and different things. Like, bro, like I didn't tell him to do that. Like,
Yeah.
I just said this is what we're doing, and he added, and I was like, and that was first cut, which never happens.
Wow.
That was first cut. How that one that you see on Hallmark is first cut.
Yeah.
And so
Do
he's good in that.
Do we have a link
cut.
for that? I want to drop it in the comments if we do. Okay. Or what's where would it be?
If you type in Hallmark and David Dutton on Facebook, it'll pull up. That's all I know how to do. And it'll pull up on that Hallmark David Dutton.
So all total from the time that you started till you shot, it was ready to post. I mean, how long?
Oh, did it like a week or so. Yeah, because I want to do before Christmas.
Yeah.
I want to capture the timing. The timing I had to do.
Yeah, you wanted to get this thing sold.
Like right on, the top and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did that, and that was it on that. And then I got about 40 people to promote it locally. You remember how the old JV people would like line people up?
Yeah.
I did that back in the day, like for affiliate launches.
Yeah.
I had about 40 people I asked to promote it to like light the fire. Like when I put it on iHeart Spring Hill of like 60,000 people.
Yeah.
And they promoted for me. And that, sort of like lit the fire, on that or whatever. And so, and then
and
the next one was Hallmark.
Your whole intention was not, I mean, you're not looking for thousands of views on YouTube. You're intentionally, I mean, this is demographic. So it was intentionally, you were, your goal was to get as many views in the local area.
Sell the house. Yep.
Yeah. To sell the house, which is, I mean, typically it's going to be through Facebook.
Yeah.
Because people are in that local vicinity and they're sharing it and they're, sharing the video. So,
and I put it on YouTube, but I haven't even looked. I don't even know if it has anything because I don't think I SEO'd it or anything.
Right.
Like I definitely probably would have had hundreds of thousands of views. I probably still can, but
but that wasn't your goal. It was
really wasn't my goal. Like,
your goal is to sell the house, and that's the best way is through people sharing it on Facebook.
I found the YouTube link. I didn't find the Facebook link. So I dropped.
How many views? Is there like 10 views or something?
Like 40, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's probably my mom, my dad, my sister.
But still, like I said, going back to it.
So the views were on Facebook, right?
Yeah, totally on Facebook. Now I will say 60% of my goal was to get more marketing clients. True story. I knew the house would sell. Now it was December, and houses sit in December till about January 15th.
Right.
And so I already knew I was planning on it sitting. That was just a given. It was going to be sitting. So, but I didn't really care because I needed to sell the house is what it is. And so, so just keep that in mind in that. But, so I didn't know what would happen, but I didn't really care. But I want to do some pro that people would be like, oh, this dude, look at this dude. Like, you know, let me hand him some more money. Like, and that's what happened. The next one, my real estate guy was like, do something. And I didn't take his money for weeks. True story. I was like, I'll do it for like $3,500. He's like, okay, cool. Like, send me the link. This dude is a fan. This guy named Fahad is a fan of mine. He's a nice dude. And if I said jump, like it's just really nice and just trust me. I even did a postcard. Oh, actually, I'm on my phone, but one of our ads on my postcard, I have him upside down. He lets me do whatever I want. Like, so he, those postcards I do with a 9x12, he has like basically a 3x4 inch ad or so. And with just his face and everything, I actually got it turned upside down on this ad. I'm mailing it out that way. And like, just, like random, so just to get more attention. And so he approached me about doing a video. I got this house that I think has just been sitting for this doctor. I was like, okay. And I said, let me go look at it. And I sat on it for weeks. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to take your money if I don't got anything good. And I was like, dude, well, let me say the idea that didn't make it. And I still want to do it if I wasn't a Christian. But like Jesus as a realtor.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. It would have been fire. It would have been fire.
I think that'd be fine. Like, I mean, what were you having Jesus do?
Nothing crazy. Nothing. Like, now there was a bidet. What do you call those things? Bidet, like you wash your butt with them, like a
bidet.
Bidet. I never remember that. So bidet
with a D, like David.
That's it. So there was one in the house. It was kind of a ghetto one, but it was one, and he wasn't gonna do anything crazy, but just like I called a friend of ours.
You could have had the bidet become like wine.
Dude. Man, don't tell me on that stuff, man. You're trying to cause me to stumble.
Yeah.
But
get behind me.
Don't give him ideas, man. He'll run with that one.
Yeah, so I called a mutual friend, a guy named Scott Smith, and he's kind of a spiritual mentor of mine. And he's like, bro, like, and again, I wouldn't do anything crazy.
He's like,
but he was like, look, it's worth a brainstorm. And I was like, all right, fair enough. And it wasn't hardcore. I respect his opinion, and I can disagree.
Sure.
And anyway, so I said I'm gonna brainstorm it, but I did do Jewish Leader. So Jewish Leader made with a $25 Amazon costume, which I'm giving to the church now, because I didn't know what to do with a Jewish Leader costume in my house anymore. But yeah, so Jewish Leader showed up in Full House, but it wasn't Jesus. It was just a Jewish leader, and that was it. And doing his arms like this, and but anyway, so that's how I finally was like, let's do Full House. This is what I'm thinking. He's like, yeah, whatever you want to do. All right, cool. Let's do Full House. Cause I was selling nostalgia.
Yeah.
Time out.
Yep.
So for our younger listeners, Full House was a sitcom.
Yeah.
Was that back in the 90s, I guess?
They got Fuller House.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was it was the early 90s for Full House.
TGIF.
Yeah.
TGIF, man. That's what I would have been doing right now tonight. I've been like,
but you knew the target market for this house was probably Gen X or something like that.
Totally. Yeah. I knew. Yep, that's exactly my thought, because I was like, who would buy it? And that's kind of what I'm doing. Just kind of like, who would buy it? And like this, the Fabulous Life one is about ego. I've arrived. I want privacy.
Yeah.
Selling privacy. Probably could be a California person. That's why it's the Fabulous Life of Californians moving to Williamson County.
Mm-hmm.
And so they sell their box.
That's the third one, right? That's the third one.
Yeah, third one. So they sell their box in California, their 1,200 ranch on top of each other. And then they move to a 4-bedroom mansion in 10 acres in Williamson County. And so
love the cows, by the way. That was pretty.
Thank you. I love that. So
you need to get Christina from HGTV, do one for her.
Oh, I know.
She's up there in Nashville. She got a farm up there.
Well, she's probably busy finding another man, I think.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'd be very careful if you go around her. She goes through men pretty quick.
I can't believe that. Yeah, that's something else. Like somebody should tell her, like, hey, I mean, slow down. Slow down, girl.
Something important earlier, nostalgia, because I mean, I think that's kind of a theme. I mean, people with our age, we remember stuff like that. We remember the 80s, the early 90s. Those were kind of that was the prime time for us. I mean, those were the good memories.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So get this, guys. I posted this on Facebook last week.
Yeah.
Do you realize? So my dad used to love 50s music, obviously.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was growing up in high school in the 80s, he would play 50s music in the car.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Uh-oh, I know going with this.
Right? So that was 30 years difference. We are 40 years past the 80s now.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I know.
I don't
hey,
like that at all.
we love Rachel and I listen to Sunny Radio on iHeart, which is nothing but 80s. It's like 80s music.
Oh, my God. I might have to play 80s tonight. I usually play
classic 80s.
Yeah. I've got Spotify. I've got 2 or 3 different playlists on Spotify for 80s and different jams. So hey, I gotta ask, David. So you just came up with this idea, right? Like you didn't see it anywhere else or anything like that?
No, none of those. I mean, the parody thing, but like for Hallmark, but like no, that's it. I just was thinking crazy. What is crazy?
Yeah. So after Jonathan told me you were going to be coming on, just coincidentally, I saw another, like a major brand doing the same thing, but they did a Lifetime video, which is the same thing.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah.
Chili's did a Lifetime style video for National Margarita Day. And it actually aired on Lifetime channel, and it's a 15-minute video.
Whoa.
And it's a
15
movie.
minutes.
It's a 15-minute movie. 15-minute movie about, instead of Christmas, it's National Margarita Day. All the same kind of, it's like, oh, I'm so glad you were able to come home for National Margarita Day, blah, blah, blah. It's the same exact story. But,
unbelievable.
Dude, It's funny.
Man, I would love to see that. If that link is easy, like send that to me. I would love to see that because that's next level creativity. Like
it's pretty cool.
Because I'm like, I mean,
but here's the thing. Yeah, but here's the thing. They only had 14,000 views, so you outdid Chili's.
Wow, unbelievable. But it's like that don't sound like a dumb idea. Like it's got my attention enough to where I'm like, dude, I want to see.
It's worth a shot
on that.
Yeah, I mean,
that's cool.
Kudos to them for letting that,
totally
go out. So,
well, I think like you just look at certain things of what you're selling, not to get too woo woo or voodoo or anything, but like I said, Full House, the song did the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Immediately when you hear that, it takes you back.
Yeah, it hits you.
Takes you back to Uncle Jesse and
you open like
who's never aged a bit in his life.
No. Yeah, you open their heart, you open like, okay, I'm open-minded, and they may share it with somebody or whatever. Like all I need is one person to just to see it or whatever. And then Fabulous Life, as I've had that idea for a long time. I just didn't have anything to do with it, but I knew I wanted to do something. Yeah. But this $3 million property, we needed to be classy, but like, what could we do? And a day later, I said, hey, this is, I think, what we should do, and here's why. And and I could write the script. I've been thinking about that for probably a year or two. And I just hadn't had a thing, like it wasn't in that mind space. Yeah. But that I came up with the Fabulous Life in like a day. Again, that's like, some people know about that. It's a ripoff of Lifestyles of Rich and Famous. It's like an updated version. But
you just keep showing your age with these references.
I know, man. I feel like everybody's getting older, and then I'm
Robin Leach.
Yeah, I know. He was mad. He didn't like that show. He's like, "Oh, y'all sons of bitches!" Yeah, did that.
I want some He-Man and what is it? All the cartoons. G.I. Joe.
Transformers. 7:30 in the morning.
That's right. That's right.
I knew if G.I. Joe was coming on, we were late for school.
Yep.
Because we'd get to watch like 5 minutes of it, and then had to go to school.
What is that, Bozo? Do you guys remember Bozo the clown?
Oh my god, dude! I miss Bozo. I miss the grand challenge, the grand prize, the grand prize game. He'd always say that, But that bucket, the balls and stuff. But no, I don't know what I'll come up with next. So I'm hoping when this launches, it'll be like, oh shit, like this is amazing too, or whatever. When it gets done, we'll see what happens, and then
I think you need to do like a horror movie.
Yeah,
I would love to do.
That'd be cool. That would be cool. Yeah,
M. Night Shyamalan has been on my brain. Yeah, kind of one of those weird but you got to be careful.
You don't want people to think the house is haunted.
So
that's true.
I actually put in ChatGPT, give me 20 ideas for an idea, and it was more detailed than what I'm telling y'all. Just I can't remember what I put, but one idea was pretty interesting. Was the house doing the tour of the families coming in the house, and the house. What if the house could talk?
Oh.
And it's like, oh my God, here's another couple here, blah, 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 blah. So it's not scary, but the house is talking about the couple, like, another person doesn't know how to use the smart alarm, whatever.
Well, dude, that'd be like cool. Like you could have like anything that has like a hinge on it, like the doors could like move to talk and the toilet could move to talk.
Yes. Yep.
And like the handle on the faucet, like, you could have different things in the house talking. That'd be cool. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. I hope it leads, I want to keep
you got a pool. You could do Lady in the Water. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I love that.
That was a bomb though. I think maybe you don't want to use that one.
But,
you could do Get Out.
Get out.
Yeah. But I don't know. I want to keep doing them. I just kind of like go with the flow. Like I hope this next one is great. And then I don't have like a formula. Like I just kind of like.
That's cool though. I love that. Cause you said something earlier that you said like you enter the conversation. So, Sean, I know you've mentioned in the past, when we've talked about it, it's like, copywriters, marketers, they say, always be up on like not only nostalgia, but like pop culture.
Yeah, pop culture.
Yeah, you should know like what people are tuning into. I mean, for this very reason.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, there's all kinds of different things. Of course, you know, you got freaking Kendrick Lamar, everybody and their moms doing the dance, which is,
Yeah.
you know, amazing.
Yeah.
So, you know, props to the people doing that, you know, it's top of mind, you know, that was
By the
all
way,
over.
speaking of Kendrick Lamar, the best video I've seen of that so far is they took the Kendrick Lamar and I think they did it to the Muppet theme song. And it is absolutely like it just fits so perfectly, like the way he's like,
yes,
do 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 do
that's
do
so
do.
crazy.
It's like
The internet is undefeated.
it's like how does that work so well? Like it's just crazy.
Yeah,
It's just yeah. If you know the demographic of the community that the house is in, and you really start to think about, okay, what's their age? What would be nostalgic for them? Or if you want to be more mainstream, what is pop culture right now? I think like
something unique, different. Like, I mean, you don't throw like a guy. I don't know if he'll end up hiring me, but I know this guy that mentioned or the other day. He said, "I've got a house in Woodbury. Woodbury's very rural, and it's like a nice house, only 400 grand, which would totally be $1 million in Murfreesboro, and Woodbury's right outside of Murfreesboro. But like, he said there's nothing in the house. It's an old house, but beautiful, like amazing, cool, you know, all that. But it's got a piano, I think, still there. And so he's like, what could you do with that? I'm like, you know, I don't know yet, but I have to look at it.
Yeah.
But, you know, just kind of walk through. And like you said, Sean, who would buy it? Who would move to Woodbury? Who would have the money for this? You know, things like that. What is something weird, unique, different? I mean, I've seen all kind of different realtor videos that are just amazing. I mean, I saw one that was Mortal Kombat, freaking insane, freaking finish him, and they're just like fighting. I think it was 2 realtors fighting for the listing or something.
Oh wow,
it was sick. It was like freaking Mortal Kombat. I was like, my god,
you need to do one with a Doge and Elon Musk.
Oh my god, yes, yep.
That would be hilarious. That would work well in my industry. I need to get with you, David, on creating something like that.
Yeah,
dude, I know.
Cleaning up waste and abuse. I think that's, you know, you talk about women. I would say women are probably they influence the largest. I mean, they're probably the bigger demographic in terms of influencing house buying decisions, being female, because they're walking through. So I think I think any smart marketer or realtor in that industry would probably be looking at like themes that are, you know, that females gravitate to, you know, like
I actually
Hallmark
added
movies.
a line in my script for The Fabulous Life. I only did one line, but I added a line that my fake lifestyle expert from People Magazine or Celeb Magazine comes in that says, and women, we are going to be so jealous of where you do your morning routine.
Yeah.
And I added that intentionally because women influence like the buying.
Well, yeah.
What are the places? That's why I put that in the script.
They look at like the bathroom where they're going to be putting on their makeup, the kitchen, you know, those are big, you know, those are primary areas of the house.
So I have this theory, David, that maybe you can use this in a future script. I have a theory that the more expensive the kitchen, the more often you eat out.
That's funny.
It's probably true.
You can talk about this really nice kitchen, and then you show DoorDash showing up, and it's like perfect for DoorDash.
Yeah,
that is a kind of a mic drop. That is kind of a weird, like a weird drop, like you don't see coming, like one of those things.
Yeah, that misdirection thing.
Yeah, misdirection.
That would be pretty funny. Yeah,
that's a little freakonomics right there. You know, the nicer the kitchen, the less you cook.
Yeah, I swear it's true. Like, yeah, I think it is. You need to call me next time you're doing one. We'll brainstorm.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
How about night at the museum? You know, something like that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I know.
Do a nighttime tour.
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, I mean, like I saw this one video one time that influenced me where people open the door, like say show a bedroom, and there's like a party in it. There might be an 80s party, but it's like not from the bedroom or something. It's like a scene, like they open it up and it's like a straight up 80s party in there or something like that. That's not even the same in the house. Things like that of like, it could be different scenes or whatever. So
anyway, what I love is like how you use like, you know, ChatGPT, AI, like kind of to reverse engineer this stuff, you know, because you take it
totally.
like a Hallmark, like, you know, movie trailer, you run it through, you run the transcript through, and you're like, hey, I want you to produce something similar, but, you know, obviously this is my goal. What I'm trying to do is sell a house.
They know, they can see that format. Yep.
Right. Yeah, and that's the way you should use AI. Is like, here's the guardrails.
Yeah.
Boom. Let me give you the guardrails.
Yep.
Now you give me the version. Now I'm going to come back in. I'm going to edit. I'm going to produce and like add this in about, you know, this, like you said about the traffic on 31, like all this stuff. That's how you use it. If you expect to just like, hey, if you're a realtor and you say, make me a cool video about my house, that's like, it's not going to do it. It's not going to hit it.
Right.
You know, you gotta have that back and forth, and you have to know when it's right. We've talked about this on multiple shows. Like, you have to be able to spot when the output is good.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what that looks like, you're in trouble.
I think the best thing is just come up like, one of the best things I've learned. And again, you know, I'm a late bloomer. You know, I remember Jonathan I talked about a year ago, and I'm like, like, you know, it wasn't until last year until I started doing, and I made a documentary for the doula business, like within like 2 days. And it was insane. Like, it was a 30 for 30 on the doula stuff. And, but one of the best things I've heard that I really relate to is I tell people, I mean, we used ChatGPT this week to help us write a letter about getting Sherry a raise for one of our clients. And, but is talk to it like it's a human. And I don't even study this stuff. Like, I just, that was one piece of information I got. And I literally talk, like if I was talking to one of you guys, like whatever. And I just as detailed as possible or whatever. And that type of thing. That's
I said from day one, you have to treat it like a really smart intern.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they know how to research, they know how to find, but they don't necessarily have context and common sense around your business.
That's right.
No,
because they're an intern. They don't know yet.
Yep.
So if you treat it like that and you say, look, you know, and you give it enough guidelines and guardrails, then it puts out really good work. If you give it, if it's too broad and too where it's got to figure out where you're trying to go, it's just, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, it's just too much.
Yep.
Well, that's all. I did it on plumbing the other day. I'm trying to get this plumbing client, and I was like, give me some, you know, publicity ideas that are funny. And I use that to jumpstart my brain, you know, on stuff. Like, give me 20 ideas.
Oh, dude, I gotta send you. There's a company here in Austin. They're HVAC and plumbing.
Yeah,
they're off the rails, man. They're always doing this, and it's so cheesy.
It is. Yeah,
like it's so low budget and cheesy, but it's funny because it's like it's just funny. Like it's just
please send me anything if you see something like, dude, send me that stuff. Like, I love that. Now you just struck a thing. I remember there's a guy in Knoxville, I think, that does like, he has a skate center, and I think he does them like low budget 80s. But I mean, it looks super like old, but it's like a skate center in Knoxville or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
And like that might be interesting. So
bring your own Clorox wipes, please.
Yeah.
So what do you the feedback that you get from people, especially that participate in this stuff? Like, you get people to come on, and obviously you don't pay them anything, right? I mean,
sometimes I pay them. I'll pay them $100. Sometimes, like, I paid this girl because I had 2 other people bail on me.
Yeah.
And like, so I just like, hey, I pay $100. Sometimes they just do it, just they want to do it, help or free or, you know, whatever.
Sure.
And so I paid a girl the other day $100. I paid some people $50 to show up, and it was fun for them, and also like helps me. And you know, like Robot Man, I think I paid him $50 or whatever, and you know, he had no lines. He just had to do this, like
the Dave Chappelle robot guy.
Yeah, for like an hour. You know,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's inexpensive. I mean, that's cheap. Totally. That's cheap talent right there.
Yep. And you know, it makes it look good, and you know, have a lot of fun, and you know, I want to keep making them, do at least 1 a month, maybe 2, if I can get up there and see, and maybe it's just realtors, you know, I have no idea. And
hey, we got a question coming in. I don't know if it's a bot or AI or what, but Twitch Hike wants to know: is this a responsive channel? So
yeah, I think he's saying he's asking. Oh, I see a comment, so I guess yes.
Yeah. So yes, Twitch Hike. It is.
Yeah, you can post your question or comment to David while we're on.
Don't wait for it, David. Well,
man, I was waiting for it.
It may take a while.
That's cool though. I mean, you get cheap talent. I mean, people do.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get people to do stuff for 100.
Totally.
200.
Now I got a reputation, and I'll throw it on there. Sometimes I post anonymous. I got labeled as a creep the other day by somebody that because I post anonymous, and for no other reason. Like I was asking for like any female model, male model, or like actor, but it wasn't creepy. But there's some girl.
No, that's not creepy at all.
Well, no. I saw
now you gotta get
profile.
Sherry to do that stuff, man.
I know. I saw her profile. You could tell.
Yeah.
I won't go into politics, but you could just tell, like,
oh yeah,
she would have had a problem with anything. And I said, man, you're gonna be really disappointed. I was posting anonymously.
Right.
I said you're gonna be really upset because like nothing's gonna happen and you're freaking out. And I said, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I said I just don't want people to know my stuff right now.
Right.
That's it. And I messaged the people. I said, I got somebody coming to the house. You're gonna be really disappointed and upset when you find out like my wife will be here and, all that stuff, whatever. So, and I said they can bring their spouse, or whatever they want to do. I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to, and I showed them, this is what I'm doing. This is not a porno or OnlyFans or some crazy thing like that. It's like, so.
And they, and here's the cool thing is like you share it because you're part of the, you've got your own community group, Facebook group for Spring Hill, Tennessee, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm in that. Yeah, that's where I posted it.
So people share it within that community, and they're sharing it with their friends. So it's kind of like, that multiplier effect where they're sharing it with all of their, the people on their Facebook page, and
I'll post like new video. I can't believe this. They shot a episode of Full House like in Colombia.
Yeah,
and act like it's real, and I can't believe this, and
right,
whatever. And
holy cow, they just shot an episode of Full House.
Yeah, and I did that from a Hallmark movie.
Yeah,
Christmas movie shot downtown. They used this house, which is my client's house, or it was my house, at the time. And so,
is there anything like using the so you use the lyrics from Full House? I mean, are you concerned with any legal problems with that?
We'll find out in the future episodes.
Easier to ask forgiveness than to ask permission, right?
Oh, my bad, dude. 1.9 GPA here, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, what was I thinking?
It takes too much work to get, that show's long gone. So I can't imagine they're gonna come hounding you for any.
No, not with my 33,000 views. Like, so.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's fun. I almost got one in y'all's neck of the woods. Well, Jonathan's neck of the woods. Didn't have the budget, but hopefully at this next one they see 3 and it's just like, oh shoot. This one that hired me for this one hadn't even seen my videos. Other realtors were talking about me, and like they said, well, Dave, you see what Dave's doing. Yeah. And I was like, wait, you hadn't seen any of my videos? And I said, okay, like I'm gonna hang up, I'm gonna send you the links, and I'm gonna call you back in about 5 minutes, and you tell me if I'm your guy.
Yeah.
And it's all free use until you get the cease and desist letter.
Yeah. Well, by then it's long. You played it, so I mean you sold the house. So
that's our attorney, Twitch Hike.
Hey, Twitch, yeah. Now I get it. We'll see what happens. But I may go underground. Don't.
Well, like you said, you only need it that first 10 days until you get the house sold, and then by that time,
not bad.
Oops, sorry. Start removing that stuff from the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the reach of this podcast. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm gonna go take it down now after this.
That's awesome, man. That's cool. Like kind of like, I mean, again, you're assembling everything, and like you said, it took you all of what a week or two, right?
Yeah, totally. Like, cause like you said, my phrase, put a pick on a hamburger. I just have good people. I go to Upwork, hire an editor, and I didn't really know him. And he said
I was going to ask that. I was going to ask where you found your editor.
Yep, I got a guy named Hunter now, does my editing, and I've hired 118 people, I think, and over time. But but yeah, he does really good, and I didn't know if he would be great, but he did it, and I was like, first cut. Like, holy crap.
Nailed it.
And so, and then he did, Full House. And, of course, I did the script and I shot and all that. You got to have a great shot. So, it's definitely a team effort. And I tell him, I'm like, look, I value your input, like on things, just in general. And I don't even talk to him. Like, we don't even talk on the phone.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Like,
that's great.
Here you go.
I mean, where'd you found him on like Upwork or something like that? Or?
Yep. Just posted a group thing. And then now I just, I still hire him on Upwork now, but nice dude. I just tell him what I'm trying to accomplish. And I'm like, here's a video of Justin Timberlake, Fabulous Life, see what we're doing on that. And let's cut here and that's it. He gets it. So it'd be fun.
You could, another thing you could do also, David, when you do these trailers is you can use like this Opus clip and create these little, what do they call them, Sean? They call them shorts or whatever, and throw those out there too.
I probably, if I do maybe 2 more videos and they pop off a little bit, then I may, I don't know, like it's weird, man. There's so much talent out there. Like you see people do stuff and we're like, good God, man. Like, but I don't know. I haven't found my niche or like, maybe it's always help you stay humble or whatever. But I'm like, like that Hallmark literally looks like a Hallmark movie that was shot.
It does.
It was right from my iPhone. It's cinematic mode on my iPhone. And but I look at some of these people that do these skits, and now our society, I mean, it's like insane talent or whatever. But I'm like, you know what? I do this thing over here and I have fun with it. I love it. And that's it.
Oh, that's the main thing.
All right, we got a question for you, David. You ready?
Yeah, done.
Do you have a certain emotion that you try to tap into for your audience? How do you decide how you want to tell the story?
That's what a great question from your attorney. Let me see.
This is the deposition. So
the deposition. Yeah, this will be used against me. Great question. It depends on what it is. Like, so for instance, like I'm thinking about like if I end up looking at this house in Woodbury, so I walk through the house and just kind of think about stuff. And then I think about an angle. And then once I have an angle, I'll press into that a little bit more. Like, Full House, I didn't have to do a lot because, dude, it taps right to your core. What does it say? Core childhood belief engaged or whatever that thing they say online, it's like triggered or whatever. And so it's just like, boom, dropped a bomb. Full House or the Hallmark movie was a feeling of good and hope and all that. And so
which is kind of the theme of around December. People are like gearing up for the holidays, all that stuff.
Yeah. So it just, I hate generic answers, and I feel like I'm giving a generic answer, but it just depends. So if I'm walking through the Fabulous Life house, and great example. Okay, so for this, I thought about ego. Well, who's going to buy this? They're probably over 40 because it's $3 million. So who has $3 million to put on a house? That's the next level.
Right.
And so I was like, all right, probably over 40. Could be California also, but could be a local pro athlete. Like,
that's true.
Totally.
Tennessee Titan, Predator.
Titan and hockey, you know? And so we got that going on. So I'm like, all right, let me hit those people or whatever. And then I appeal to their ego. Well, who's that? That's a driven person.
Yeah.
You want to like do whatever. You want like, dude, yeah, man, I got a bar here. We got a movie theater here. Like, you certainly deserve it, And so it goes back to that Chidini influence stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me, HIV. They I've been coughing all week. I'm almost done. But yeah, so back to that emotion. I want to appeal because that core and everything leads back to influence. That core in our minds. Like, I want my girlfriends to be jealous.
Yeah.
They say sometimes women get boob jobs to chat with their friends. Like, not just, maybe they're insecure, maybe they have breast cancer. Maybe it's not just the husband. They want to brag with their girlfriends in the fancy neighborhood. And that's a country club.
I see.
That's a thing. Wow. That's a real thing.
It's kind of like, kind of like gym bros that, bodybuilders.
No, that's true. Yeah.
It's the dudes talking to each other and that are more impressed with each other than it is the women.
Exactly.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Cool. So you answered the question.
Cool. Come back with some more hardcore stuff on that. Like, no, that was actually a great question. I was, yeah. It just depends.
No, I think you're appealing to a lot of people. Like, people, especially you say moving from California to a place that's, it's kind of somewhat isolated. You got cows and you got the rolling hills and green pastures, and
and they want that. They didn't have that.
And for a fraction of what they pay.
For $3 million, they want privacy.
Yeah.
And especially if they're an athlete and stuff, they don't want freedom. They're always around people.
You're just pissing off the locals, but most of the locals aren't buying $3 million houses.
No, and they're moving from California for a reason.
That's right. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Just don't bring your politics with you. That's all we ask.
Yeah. I know.
All right. Twitch Hike. Twitch Hike said there are many Californians moving to where I live in Texas. I'm in Texas. Where are you at? We might be next door neighbors. Not even know it.
It's probably Austin.
It's probably Austin.
It's either
That's
Austin.
Where all
or Dallas. I mean,
Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Or just Dallas. Or Houston.
They're not allowed in Fort Worth. That's for sure. Right. They put a gate around that.
Or San Antonio. Yeah. One of those three.
He said he thought he saw me somewhere
north of Fort Worth. Okay.
That's creepy.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. This is really cool. I mean, it's amazing. I love how you put all of this together, and you come up with these ideas, and you just you just put people in place. You just reach out to the right people.
Yeah. I know it's weird. Like I said, when you ask me about editing and different things, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm not a video.
Just connect.
I wouldn't have a business card of videographer on there. I don't feel comfortable enough.
Right.
I can't edit, but I'm not an editor, but I'm like, I know how to put that together and tell a story. Even like the box in California, that's part of my script. Moving from a box in California to a 4-bedroom mansion on 10 acres. That's old school, like Kirby vacuum.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Irritate the problem. And here's the solution,
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. So are we done with that? I'm going to switch subjects here if we are.
Yeah.
So speaking of video marketing, did I send that to you yesterday, Jonathan, about the blender?
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. I watched it last night.
Is that the one you shared on the group?
So apparently somebody was it's probably an MLM or something selling high priced blenders. But dude, this blender, it's like an Apple Watch or an Apple iPhone launch for a blender. Like, it wasn't story based by any means, but dude, it was so over the top, and people were cheering.
Oh wow,
it was.
Oh, totally.
Crazy.
I watched that video. I'll be honest with you. I almost texted and was like, "Dude, give me my freaking 5 minutes back," and because I didn't know what it was. It was long.
It just kept going. It's
and then I thought it was a blender at the end. I'm like, that looks like a blender.
Yeah.
But dude, that first 4 minutes or however long that video was, I was like, what?
What is it?
Is it a hologram? What are they going about? What about to do?
Yeah, it was also but it was enough of an open loop that you were like, that blade kind of looks like a blender, but then they go to other stuff and other parts, and you're like, what the? Yeah,
that dude. They had Whitney Houston one moment in time and shit. God.
I mean, it's a blender, bro.
One moment in time.
I mean, the comments were hilarious. The comments were like, David must have not charged his phone.
There he goes. Passed out again.
Yeah.
Speaking of open loops, have you watched any of or heard anybody talking about the show Severance?
So my daughter watches it, but we have not watched it.
Okay.
My daughter watches it, and they were waiting for the next season to come out. So
I didn't think I would be interested, but it sucked me in.
Really?
And it's like
it's on Hulu, right? Hulu?
Yeah, no, it's on Apple
okay.
TV. Yeah. But every episode leaves you wanting more or hanging. You're just, I mean, it's
You watched 9 Perfect Strangers, right? When I told you about that, did y'all
I did. No, I did not. I need to.
So it's like that. Every episode, you're like, "What is going on?" And it's only one season, so you don't have to worry about it, catching up or anything. But yeah, Nine Perfect Strangers was.
What platform is that?
Hulu.
Okay, check that out.
Yeah, it's really good because it's well, it involves psychedelics too. So
well, I can assure you, Sean, if you get knowing your personality, you will be sucked into Severance.
Okay. Well, we might have to do that next.
Fascinating.
Yeah, we got rid of our TV package for the next 6 months until football comes back because there's like
there's nothing on.
Yeah, so it's like until live sports comes back, we got rid of the TV package, so we'll just watch streaming. Hey, welcome back, David.
Yeah, somebody call me. Some people stop calling me.
Hey, we were talking about Severance. Have you seen that show?
No, I don't think no.
Oh, shoot, man. That's one of those you'll get sucked into.
I'm watching that. Yeah, I need something.
It's
that's another one.
Yeah.
Like you talk about pop culture, like that is probably the hottest show right now.
Yeah. Because everybody's talking about it. So you need to be watching that.
Yeah.
Because you'll get a ton of good ideas. It's like nothing you've ever seen in terms of a TV show. It'll have you just it's kind of like Inception, Sean, but it's like every episode is Inception.
Yeah, because isn't it like they're at work, but then they lose all memory when they leave work?
Yeah, they have outie, which is the person on the outside of work, and then when they go into work, it's the innie, which is a totally different. All of their memories from the outside world are totally wiped when they go into work.
Severed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
why. By the way, I got about 5 minutes, and I got to go.
Oh, you're good.
Before all these people show up.
Yeah. Okay. No, you take a few more chugs, and we'll get you in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, be like, all right, y'all let yourself in. Like, y'all just go in.
Man. Make up a drinking game real quick.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, chat, what's a quick drinking game to get David drunk in 5 minutes?
Yeah, exactly. And that one podcast, like last year or something, like I was like starting to go to sleep or something.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you passed out on our show.
Yeah, that was funny. Like, not intended, but I was like, man, it was a good time. I think we talked for like 2 hours or something, or maybe y'all talked for 2 hours and I was there for an hour.
No, it was good stuff, man. All right, he's got last question, and then we got to get David's got plans, man. He's got a dinner party too.
He's got a swinger dinner party.
Yeah, we're gonna watch Midgets on Springer tonight. Yeah.
All right. So what kind of projects are you taking on lately? I'm working on scripting political policy videos. And
I was
gonna say that either sounds boring or that could be really fun if you go like
it could go either way.
Schoolhouse Rock, man.
Yeah,
Schoolhouse Rock was political policy videos.
I would need to know. I see that. I would need to know like more detail if it needs to be serious or not. Like if it's serious, then just the ultimate Chidini 101 stuff, like persuasion 101 and just that type of stuff. Like I don't know, like takeaway selling and just like if you're not entertaining, now you do entertain, so you need to be likable. I mean, that's 101, and I think that's super powerful. So whoever's on there has got to be likable. Got to have Invisalign, got to have like stuff like you got to have them white teeth, and I think if it's just serious, then it's just the basic catch your attention, with a hook and call to action.
Yeah,
millennial serious, whatever the hell that means.
You what?
Millennial serious.
So that's talking The Office.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, serious with sarcasm, sprinkles. Oh, okay.
The Office.
Oh, see, that's good. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like those things. Yeah.
Yeah, anything like you could do some Parks and Rec, any of that whole genre, Animal Control, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
You could.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I could see you doing like whoever's creating the policies, having that kind of Office, Parks and Rec type dialogue while they're making the policy. I don't know, maybe.
I like that.
Depends on how serious it has to be. How accurate it has to be.
That shows Severance. I could think of some some things that would work well in the political realm for something like that. But you could. Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff you could use. Yeah.
Well, hopefully Apple comes through with our check for pitching that on the podcast today.
That's right. You owe us Apple TV. Man, it's been fun always.
Let's do it again.
Have fun at the dinner party tonight. I will I'm waiting for my invite for the next one. So,
dude, man, I literally invite the whole town. I only have one. Well, I have maybe 3 rules. One, bring wine or
I can do
wine
that.
or dessert. And then you can't be socially awkward. I'll pull you aside quick.
Shoot.
Like you start getting weird on me, I'll pull you aside. Like, bro, shake out of it. Like you ain't doing that at my dinner party. And right now we had 4 strangers show up. Like I literally invite the town. Yeah, it could be a box wine. Yeah, like I don't even care.
There should be nobody socially awkward after a few glasses of wine. I mean,
no. And dude, I get them to open up about their mom. Apparently, I talked about my mom like a lot last time. So apparently, I was like really like struggling with that. Yeah, and I didn't know it. And which I always struggle with. That's a whole other episode or whatever, drinking game. But it's like, but yeah, I always just be cool. But like, I literally invite anybody. You see my post. It's like anybody can come. It sells. Well, I say sells out. I don't charge anybody, but it's 12 people, always 12 people, and it's you can't be social awkward. I just tell people, and you have to show up at 6. That's it. I won't let you in.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool too. That's like a takeaway because if you're not on time, you don't get in. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I'm like Sherry had it all like very soft, like. Be here at 6. And I was like, oh no. Like, no, be here at 6. Like this is a thing.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it's weird because for me, it's kind of like I'm not like I'm Disney or something, but I'm saying like every little detail. Like so when they come in, I want everybody to come in at once and like start the conversation. Like, oh hey, my name's Jonathan. Oh, my name's Sean. Cool. Like, I want that to start. That's the only reason why I do it. And it's not even like anything else. It's purely
I love that.
As soon as they get out of their car, they walk over and they're already coming in a group and the party's already starting. And I want people to engage and and I love connecting. I can't tell you the stories that come out of this of like, oh my God.
You need to get you one of those little velvet rope and stanchions at the front door so they can't come in until everybody's lined up.
They're staring at me. Like I can see the glass and they're staring at me and it's like
hire a fake bouncer.
557, bro. No. Or 602, man. You got the invite, it's 6. Don't show up at 602. All right, I gotta go look busy.
All right, man. I love it.
Thank y'all for having me as usual. I'd love to come back and talk again.
Yeah, let's do it again soon.
See y'all. Bye-bye.
Take it easy, man. Have a good weekend.
All right.
And that is David Dutton leaving the room.
Yeah, I need a nap. I need a nap after he comes on.
I know.
Just a whole nother level of energy, man.
Yeah, I know.
So
it's crazy.
Thanks to our special second guest Twitch Hike today for being on the show. Giving us some questions. We love when we
appreciate that. Thanks for your
comments and questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good stuff. So
nice engagement there. And it's always fun. I was trying to think of like you mentioned like putting the ropes. I was trying to mention what was the horror producer back in the day, back in the 60s, guy that did the birds and
Hitchcock.
Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock. I was trying to think. I could not think of Alfred Hitchcock. I don't know why that name wouldn't come to me, but doing that little Hitchcock effect.
Yeah, for sure.
Publicity.
Yeah. So Twitch Hike wanted to know what is the podcast core topic. It's kind of in the name, buddy. Persuasion.
Persuasion. We talk marketing. Anything with persuasion influence, whether it's video marketing or copywriting or sales, everything. Yeah.
Neuropsychology.
Yeah. So if you're in the
speaking of which, what is next week's topic? It's a little more.
We're off next week.
The week after. The
week
guest.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got.
So we got Russ Ruffino coming on.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, so he owns a company called Clients on Demand, and I would say Russ is probably the most consistent internet marketing guru out there. Like he's been doing the same thing for at least 10 or 12 years at a very high level. And so we'll have him on. And then what was the one for the 21st of March?
Then the following week, we've got somebody on behavioral psychology, consumer behavioral psychology. She's got a little bit of a different take than some of the other, behavioral psychologist or behavioral consumer psychologist that we've had on the show in the past. She said things are different now. So she caught my attention. Yeah, she caught my attention. So I was like, yeah. let's do this. So
we'll have to see if like, you know, if that's true, if human psychology has actually changed, or she's just found a hook that makes us think so.
Yeah.
So, should be good.
Yeah. Is Ben still working with Russ? I'm just curious. Do you know?
He was never working directly with Russ.
Oh, I see.
He works with a lot of Russ's clients.
Okay.
Who have come through the program.
Ah, I see. Gotcha. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So,
well, I'm excited. So
it'll be good.
As we alluded, next week we'll be taking off. I'm going to be out of country all next week. So, but we'll be back on the 14th with Russ Ruffino, and I'm looking forward to that. Should be a fun show. And you'll learn.
Are you going to do some tariff research, or?
I am doing. I'm actually, as part work, part vacation. So I'm doing a podcast at the largest composites trade show in the world called JEC in Paris, France.
Yeah. Don't forget to make sure you have room on your recorder.
Oh, exactly.
And the mic on.
Yeah. And the mic on. Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Do you need a checklist?
Rachel's going to be joining me. She's traveling with me, and she's going to have a checklist with her and making sure that I have got everything, checked off of my to-do list. So
sounds good.
But yeah, should be fun. And we'll be in Paris for a couple of days, then up in Germany. So looking forward to it.
All right. Well, sounds good. Close it out.
All right. To all of our listeners, you can find us at persuasionbythepint.com. You can find us on all of your favorite podcast platforms. This is episode 386 with David Dutton. Check it out. If you want to learn more about creating stories with videos, I recommend you listen to it. And Sean, it's been fun, man. We'll see you all in a couple of weeks.
See ya.